Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a book review on Lethal White by Robert Galbraith. Lethal White is the fourth book in the Cormoran Strike series by Robert Galbraith. Private detective Cormoran Strike and his partner, Robin Ellicott, are thrown into the seedy world of politicians after a young, mentally ill man approaches them, claiming he witnessed a murder years ago as a child. This information leads Strike and Robin to Parliament and the Minister of Culture, who also hires them to figure out a blackmail scandal where Robin goes undercover to find their potential killer. I remember watching the TV series adaptation of this book years ago, and I remember thoroughly enjoying it, so I was pretty excited to finally get around to reading this particular installment in the Cormoran Strike series since I loved the TV adaptation of it so much. And yeah, I enjoyed the actual book itself just as much as I did the TV adaptation version. This book is fairly close to about 700 pages, and boy oh boy does it fly by, in my opinion. I've seen a lot of reviews about the Strike series that it's kind of up in the air with some readers because the books are pretty lengthy, and that is hit or miss with some people, you know, because you have the group of people that would prefer these books to be shorter, and then the group that are just fine with the length. And yeah, I am personally perfectly happy with the length of these books, because there's so much, to me anyway, there's so much that's always going on in these books, and it's more than just the main mystery or the main crime, you know, whatever it is in the particular book. There's always so much going on other than the crime or the mystery, because there's also the personal side of things with our main heroes, our main protagonists, Strike and his work partner, Robin Ellicott. I love the personal side of things, how they're kind of weaved in, intermingled into kind of the main crime, the main mystery and whatnot, and how they're kind of handling their personal lives with their work lives. So like I said, this book is pretty damn near 700 pages. There's quite a lot going on, and what you pretty much need to know about this installment of the Strike series. Strike is approached fairly early in this book by a young mentally ill man named Billy, and Billy is claiming that years ago when he was a child, he saw another child killed. So this kind of already starts things off a tad bit problematic in some ways, because as I just mentioned, Billy is mentally ill. So that poses him or presents him as a bit of an unreliable narrator. How much that he saw as a child, how much did he actually think he witnessed and saw, and how much of it might have had to have been a cause of possibly his mental illness, you know? So Strike does not, he doesn't immediately just kind of push Billy to the side, you know? He wants to investigate and look into what Billy is saying, because he believes that Billy saw something, you know. Whether or not he saw a murder, you know, that's for debate. That's up in the air for Strike, and that's for Strike to figure out, to kind of weed through Billy's memories and find kind of those kernels of truth that are in there and what Billy is exactly remembering. Add on top of this, as all of this is going on with Billy, at pretty much the exact same time, Robin and Strike are approached by the Minister of Culture, and this guy, the minister, he is saying, hey, someone is blackmailing me, I need your help, but I'm not going to tell you what the blackmail is exactly. I'm not going to share that bit of news with you, but hey, I'll reward you quite handsomely with a lot of money. So there's kind of that whole issue too, that for Strike and Robin to do their job, they need to figure out, well, what is the blackmail exactly, so they can kind of weed out, well, who might be the Minister of Culture's blackmailer, you know? And the case with Billy and the case with the minister somehow, just conveniently, it is rather all convenient in the context of everything that's kind of going on in this novel. It's really the one convenient thing, but still, I'm kind of able to overlook that. What's going on with Billy and what's going on with the minister, all of that does tie together in some very interesting, fascinating, complex ways, and it is up to Robin and Strike to once again try to untangle and weed their way through all of this. And yeah, what's fact, what's fiction, who is to blame for kind of all these different threads that are going on. And a plot element that I particularly enjoyed in this book, to figure out the minister's blackmailer, that requires Robin to go undercover within Parliament and kind of knows her way around certain individuals and like plug in like a specific device that they can kind of sit and record other people speaking. It's all actually highly illegal. And if they get in trouble, they get in trouble, and the minister is not going to kind of back them up and help them if something goes wrong. So I love this whole thing with Robin going undercover, and she comes up with a fake identity and kind of what her relationship is with the minister. And yeah, there's only a couple people who know exactly who she is, you know, to kind of keep it all very hush-hush. Plus, add on top of everything that's already going on in this novel, you have the minister's rather bizarre family. He's been married multiple times, so yeah, there's his current wife that he's dealing with. He has issues with her already. There's all of his children that he's having issues with, and then yeah, like kind of their spouses and their family. So yeah, there's a lot of family drama, family angst within the minister's group unit of people, which is really entertaining. And as I also mentioned, this book is more than just the main kind of mystery and crime going on. It's more than just Billy's story and more than just the minister's story. It's also very highly personal, what's going on within the individual lives of Strike and Robin. Strike, for instance, he has, at one point in the novel, he has to deal with a crisis with his nephew, for crying out loud. He's dealing with his ex-fiance who is causing him some issues. Plus, he's also dealing with his complicated feelings for his new girlfriend, which kind of gets in the way of certain things. And then Robin, in the meantime, the opening of this novel, we finish up the wedding with Robin and Matthew, because the previous book ended with their wedding, and so this opens up with their wedding, and Robin kind of really tackling her feelings for her new husband and how she feels, because she needs to come to some quick realizations about this marriage that she's in, and how much she truly loves her husband, because you kind of do get the inkling that she has some feelings for Strike. They both have feelings for each other, but they're definitely not acting on them because they're trying to keep things very professional, obviously, within their work environment. And then, since Robin is going undercover within Parliament, that is getting her close to some pretty perverted men that are kind of looking down on her and thinking they can say certain things to her just because she's a young, pretty woman, you know, and touching her in certain ways that she doesn't like. And yeah, as we know from previous books in this series, Robin has her own traumatic backstory in regards to strange men coming up to her, which I won't get into with this book because that's a big part of like the previous book, which I don't really want to spoil like that detail. But yeah, Robin has to deal with a lot of shit in this book, a lot of shitty men. And I pretty much enjoyed just about everything about this book. Once again, it's 700 pages. It doesn't ever really feel like it to me, quite honestly. I feel like the writing style is really well done. I like the pace of these books. They slow down enough to kind of allow you, the reader, to breathe and to process information, whether that's the personal details with our main characters or the details coming through with whatever the main mystery crime is, you know. I liked all the unique twists and turns. I enjoyed all the characters. These books always have such great, like, antagonists and villains and people that you just find despicable and disgusting. And then yeah, a lot of times with this series, you're really rooting for the underdogs, the people who are impoverished and just living day by day. You know, the average normal people that Strike is helping. And yeah, for him, for his business to flourish, you know, a lot of times he has to work for clients that he might not particularly like in order to get money, so that way he can help the other truly desperate people that he needs to help at the end of the day. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed everything about this book. I enjoyed the plot going on with Billy. I loved the plot going on with the Minister for Culture. I loved the backdrop in this book with the Olympics, when the Olympics were in England. When was that? Was that 2012? Because I think, is it 2012? I think it's 2012. You guys, if I'm not mistaken, I might have the year totally wrong. I absolutely adored the backdrop of the Olympics, because that presents some really fascinating angles and twists to this narrative as well. Because once again, the Minister for Culture, kind of his involvement with the Olympics and everything, and how other characters think about the Olympics. And yet, weirdly enough, there's even a really quick cameo with Prince Harry in this book, you guys, which I was thoroughly amused with the Prince Harry cameo. He doesn't speak or do anything, he just kind of walks by Strike. I loved it. So yeah, another fantastic installment in this book series. I think they just keep getting better and better. I have yet to be bored or lose any sort of interest with these books. I love the world that is established. I love these characters, the mysteries. You know, sometimes the mysteries can be a little hit or miss, you know. Really, the only book I was a little frustrated with was the last book, which was Career of Evil. But yeah, this book, if you had any issues with Career of Evil, I think this book definitely kind of goes above and beyond Career of Evil and whatnot. So yeah, I love this book. Cannot wait to get to the next one. So you guys, that is it for my book review on Lethal Whites. In the comments below, have you guys read any of the books in the Cormoran Strike series? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Just let me know your thoughts down below. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.